everybody. Glad to have you with us today. I'm Councilman John Aguilar. I'm very pleased to be able to bring to you today one of our local nonprofits that we're going to be telling you more about. And so to begin with, I'd like to introduce Brian Bilhartz.
Yeah, hi, thank you, Councilman Aguilar, pleasure to be here. So I've been on the board of the Cathedral Center for the last 6 years. I've been a resident of the Coachella Valley for nearly 7 years, and I joined their board almost right away. I personally have an interest in seniors as I work with various Medicare health plans, and so I figured it was a good opportunity for me to get involved, on things that, keep our seniors active and healthy and happy on a daily basis.
So Brian, can you tell us more about the mission of the Cathedral Center? And we should point out that the Cathedral Center is really another term for the Senior Center. And so folks, I'll get clear on that. Tell us about the mission of a little bit about the history of the Senior Center.
Yeah, interestingly enough, the center has gone through some name changes, being the Cathedral City Senior Center, also known as the Tierra del Sol Senior Center, and most recently the Cathedral Center. Our mission is to really serve the Cathedral City and Rancho Mirage community seniors in getting them involved in activities and social events to help increase their happiness and their well-being as a whole. We offer a lot of different programs in English and in Spanish. We have some great outreach coordinators that educate people on some of the programs that are available that a lot of people just aren't familiar with. And so the coordinators will sit down, face-to-face, one-on-one, and go through, what's available to them. And a lot of times it's information that's there in front of us, but we often miss it because there's so much other, clutter surrounding it.
I understand also that your meal program is one of the largest programs that you provide, and I think I've heard actually one of the larger meal providers in the community. So let's hear more about the meal program.
Yeah, we have what we call our mobile food pantry, and so last fiscal year we served nearly 3,000 meals through this program. So we have a couple of communities here in Cathedral City as well as Rancho Mirage where we take food to these seniors and people that have other limitations on mobility to make sure that they have fresh food available to them. A lot of cases, a lot of people that may struggle with mobility, they may not have the best nutrition because they're eating fast food and other stuff that's easily accessible to them. So our thought process behind this is to bring them fresher foods to where they don't have to go out of their way or ask a neighbor or a friend or a family member to provide it for them. And we work with local food distribution organizations like Find and Hidden Harvest to, again, be that kind of third-party wheel to distribute that food and get it to those who need it the most.
I know that the center has a whole menu of other activities that you offer. You've touched on some of those, but I think you have bingo and you have some other classes, both passive and active activities for our folks. So can you talk a bit more about some of those and kind of the menu of different activities you have?
Well, if I got into the menu of all of them, we'd be here for quite a while. I believe.
Highlights.
I believe on a given week there are 40 different programs that we provide. Things from bingo and bunco to bridge. I personally participate in the Wii Bowling program. Some of our viewers here may be aware that a lot of the senior centers typically once a year get together and have like a Wii Bowling contest. So I'm I guess you could say, the unannounced coach of the Cathedral City Senior Center team. And, there might only be 1 or 2 people that show up per week for the Wii Bowling. But to see the smiles on their faces and hear that, they're laughing and just really enjoying themselves, I think that really gets to the core of what our mission is at the Cathedral Center. And we've always been, known as the center with a heart. And we really try to do things to separate ourselves from, maybe what some of the other centers are doing and really engage with our members and show interest and involvement in their day-to-day lives with the hope of improving them.
I think what a lot of people may not know about is that the center depends heavily on contributions and private donations. The city, and I'm happy to say that as a member of the city council, the city has been financially very supportive of the center for a number of years in recognition of the importance that the center plays in our community and its activities. Can you just talk about perhaps fundraising and kind of your capital campaign efforts and maybe what's in the future and how people might be able to make a contribution if that's something that they so would like to do?
You know, there's a lot of new programs that we're working on. You know, we've gone through ups and downs, you know, with the city, with budgets and things like that. But overall, the city of Cathedral City has been very generous in their support for the center, and we're very grateful for that. You know, and we're really moving into a new phase or a new chapter over at the Cathedral Center where we're really starting to, you know, think outside the box to capitalize on a lot of opportunity that's been there for us for a long time. But I think we've grown to, you know, become very dependent on what we do get from the city. So we're in the middle of really expanding programs, if you would, such as our business memberships. You know, we had for many years a couple of hundred business members that were involved at the center that would, you know, pay a fee to be a business member, and that would allow them opportunities to participate in different programs and events that we have. But it kind of fell by the wayside in recent years, so we're looking to revamp that, and we're creating other ways to capture, you know, different opportunities for people to give, whether it's by just in-kind giving. You know, we're working on a program for, you know, to potentially have a donor circle for bequeathments. And, you know, we are primarily a public funded entity, but, you know, the donations and the participation that we get through the community is very important to us. And again, we're really looking to focus on harnessing that and connecting ourselves much more closely to the community through those programs.
I know that there's also available public transportation and where folks can go for more information.
Yeah, the public transportation piece is one that's been really important to us as Sunline actually rerouted their lines to have a bus stop just south of the senior center on B Street. And what's funny about our location is, you know, we tell people all the time it's West Buddy Rogers, and we'll constantly get phone calls saying, all I see over here is a Ford dealership, because the Ford dealership's off of East Buddy Rogers. So we are, you know, the easiest thing that we tell people is we're right across from City Hall. We're located inside the Tierra del Sol Apartments, which is the multi-level senior apartment housing on the corner of West Buddy Rogers and A Street. But our front doors do face Buddy Rogers, and you know, people do have some challenges sometimes with locating us, but we're kind of used to having to give those extra directions.
Brian, can you share with us how the community can get more information about the center, website, possibly any other information that you can share with us would be great.
Yeah, sure. We have our website that we are currently in the process of revamping and improving, and that site is www.cathedralcenter.org. Like I said, the site is up, but it is constantly improving to make it a little bit more easier to navigate and find the information, you know, pertinent to the center. You can also call our telephone, which is 760-321-1548. And our address is 37171 West Buddy Rogers Drive. We'd love to have you come down and pay us a visit and see what activities we have going on.
Thank you for watching City Talk. This is John Aguilar, City Council Member, thanking you for watching.